Sikia ile mambo tunapanga kufanya na ile inafanywa. Wao watasema wamefanya nini? Si wamekuwa mawaziri? Wengine walikuwa makamu wa rais? Si walikuwa watu wako na vyeo kama mimi? Walikuwa na vyeo kama sisi? Kuna kitu walileta hapa Taita Taveta? Si ni fitina peke yake na mambo ya kasheshe na mambo ya ukabila na mambo ya kuambia Wakenya ati kama hukupiga kura ati uwezi pata maendeleo? Je, huo ni ungwana?
Wameweza kukwamua changamoto ambayo ilikuwa na hiyo barabara ambayo inatokea pale Mbura ikipanda Mgange ikizunguka all the way mpaka ifike Beruga, ifike Undanyi, Nyache mpaka Mto Mogodi. Hiyo barabara ilikuwa imekwama. Sasa hivi serikali imekwamua hiyo barabara. Contractor amerudi kazi na barabara inafanyika.
And the Orange Democratic Movement has vowed never again to stay out of the government. Speaking at Gusii Stadium during celebrations to mark 20 years of the party, ODM leaders assured their supporters that in the next general election, the party will either seek the top seat or form a pre-poll coalition to be part of the next administration. Led by party's deputy leaders, the team pledged to keep ODM firmly in government while also criticizing the opposition for lacking a clear plan to provide alternative leadership in the country.
Sisi tuko ndani ya broad-based government. Na ikifika mwaka 2027 kama walivyotangulia wale wengine kusema, we will refuse to be in the opposition. Mambo ni mawili, tunaingia kwa coalition ama tunaingia katika urais sisi wenyewe.
Chama hiki ni chama kikubwa, na sababu tumeanza hii safari, wewe tushinde tuone. Amin. Hapa 2026 sasa watu wameketi, nataka tuone ni nani atatushinda. Wewe fanye 50,000 tutakujua. Mombasa mnaenda ama mwendi?
Na leo Simba kuna wale walisema ya kwamba ati hapa Kisii kusionekane chama cha ODM. Ati chama cha ODM imefungwa hapa Kisii. Hapa ni wapi?
Unajua wa jamii ya Kisii na jamii ya Waluya, sisi ndio makazi ni wale wa ukweli. Sio bandia kama wale ule jamaa. Sisi ni wale wa ukweli. Mimi nawaambia chama ambayo mnavaa kusimama nayo imara ni chama cha ODM.
And former President and Jubilee Party leader Uhuru Kenyatta has raised concerns over some of the decisions made by the Kenya Kwanza administration, saying they have eroded the gains achieved during his tenure. Speaking while chairing a special national delegates convention, Kenyatta questioned the scrapping of key programs under his leadership. He also linked the current free education challenges, including inadequate capitation that school heads say has disrupted learning, to what he termed as a reversal of progress, noting that during his time, students were assured of access to education.
Many of the gains we had in the past have been eroded. Linda Mama and others replaced by new, untried, untested schemes. And while we wait for these experiments to work, Kenyans suffer and our progress is retarded. As we continue to dwell in rhetoric rather than in progress, we repeat the mistakes of the past. Indeed, today, some of the truths we spoke of yesterday have become the reality check of today, while some of the myths and falsehoods have become the nightmare that many are living.
And still on matters politics, the Ford Kenya Party has officially unveiled its candidates for the upcoming by-election set to take place in November this year. Party Deputy Leader and Bungoma Governor Kenneth Lusaka has reminded candidates that clinching the nomination is not the end of the journey, but rather the beginning of a tough political contest. He further emphasized that unity within the party will be crucial in ensuring victory and strengthening Ford Kenya's position in the country's political landscape.
Ford Kenya has been waiting for. You are the face of renewal. You are the messengers of hope. You are custodians of our victory. So let us go out there, not divided, but united. Not timid, but bold. Not for ourselves, but for the people. Let us win, not just elections, but the trust of our citizens. And when history looks back at this day, let it be said that here at the Ford Kenya headquarters, leaders were not just given certificates, they were given a mission.
This is a party, and as our stand, we are set. We have candidates who are going to take the party to the next level. I know they'll be elected because...
And on matters Education Cabinet Secretary Julius Migos Gamba has affirmed that talks to end the ongoing stalemate in public universities are on course. Now appearing before the Senate Committee on Education, which held a sitting in Mombasa, the CS said a series of meetings have been held with university lecturers in a bid to reach a truce. However, lecturers through their unions WASU and KUSU have vowed to stay out of the lecture halls until the government clears arrears owed to them under the 2017 Collective Bargaining Agreement CBA.
Now of 2017-2021, which is an old issue relating to the amounts that should have been paid then, where the universities and SRC are saying they've already paid it through the salary annual increments for those years, and there is probably an issue of what is the balance, but the WASU and KUSU are insisting they are owed 7.9 billion. That's the discussion now that is going on. KUDEA has already called off the strike. Once they got that court order, they obeyed the court order and they have since called off the strike. However, some of the universities are still going on. They could be, I haven't gotten today's report and yesterday's, but it's not all the universities who are on strike. Some are going on with learning, some are learning hybrid, some are online, etc., etc. But we are trying to ensure that that issue is resolved as soon as possible.
And still on matters higher education, lecturers representatives in the education sector across Africa have strongly condemned the ongoing strike of university dons that has severely impacted higher learning in public universities. Speaking in Nairobi, they expressed concerns over the plight of students during the stalemate, warning that Kenya risks joining the list of African countries accused of violating international labor laws.
Amefanya kitu kimoja tu, amekimbilia kuhakikisha kwamba zile fedha kidogo zile bilioni 2.73 amehakikisha hizo amelipa, lakini ile kubwa yenyewe ambayo tunalilalamikia tangu wakati huo hajaguza. Bilioni 7.9 hajaguza. Pili, hajaanzisha mchakato wa majadiliano wa mkataba mpya wa 2025 hadi 2029. Tunajivunia ya kwamba wenzetu kutoka nchi mbalimbali, kutoka Tanzania, kutoka Uganda, kutoka Nigeria, kutoka Ghana, kule kote wamekuja na watuunga mkono.
These actions not only violate ILO Conventions 87 and 98, to which most African governments are signatories, but also disrupt academic calendars, demotivate education workers, and negatively affect the learning environment of students.
And moving on, the government has maintained that it will only work with suppliers and contractors who deliver services and goods through the electronic government procuring system. This comes despite a court order directing it to use both the digital platform and the existing manual methods. Principal Secretary in State Department for Public Investment and Asset Management, Cyril Odede, while meeting asset managers and procurement officers from 7 counties in Mount Kenya region, said the system is fully operational with all government tenders for the 2025-2026 financial year already uploaded for contracting. The government has strongly defended the adoption of the system amid concerns that it was rolled out without proper piloting and without fully addressing stakeholders' concerns.
System, you are able now to have the mileages. Almost 90% of the state departments have already published their annual procurement plans. Counties, the system is working 100%. If you log in to EGP today and click tender awards, you will see all the tenders in this world. You will see all the APPs, annual procurement plans published. They are all there. And what we are saying as a government, we are not forcing anybody to use EGP, but if you want to do business with government, do it electronically.
And tension remains high in Kainuk at the border of West Pokot and Turkana counties following a deadly attack by suspected bandits that left 2 people dead. The armed group of bandits is reported to have raided sand harvesters, killing one of them and fatally shooting a police officer in line of duty. Locals have decried the rising insecurity, further accusing security personnel deployed in the area of laxity in beefing up security.
Hana mama, yeye ndiye alikuwa amekuwa msasi peke yake plus na mimi. Sijui mtanisaidia kwa njia gani?
Kainuka ikaliki, watu wetu wamekuwa wakiteswa, watu wetu wamekuwa wakitegwa nyara na wengine pia mili yao haipatikani.
Wewe ulipokuja na Kalei wodi ya Kalapata, ulituambia hatuwezi tena tukasikia risasi, hatuwezi tena tukaona mtu akiwawa.
We appeal to the government. We appeal to the government to be fair, to be impartial when they are delivering services to the communities. Because the moment we see the multi-agency working with our opponents, then it shows that there is something which is fishy and which is against our community.
Kwani sisi ni Wakenya ambaye ni duni ama nini? Mbona mambo ambayo yanatusumbua ama yanatuumiza hayashughulikiwi? Jukwaa la usalama ni mjadala tu. Wacha tu tuseme hivyo. Ni kuongea siku nzima, maafisa wote katika kaunti wanakusanywa mahali moja, tunaongea yale ambayo tuliongea kwa jukwaa la usalama Lodwa. Matokeo ndio haya, maafa haya. Na it's worse. Kwa hivyo mbona basi yale ambayo tuliongea hayajatekelezwa?
And that story takes us to the first half, or rather the first quarter of EBN TV Weekend Edition. We promise to be back shortly. Don't go away. Healthcare, hundreds of elderly residents in Kibra constituency have benefited from free medical camps and other forms of support provided by non-governmental organizations. The organizations are now appealing to more donors and well-wishers to come on board, saying the needs in vulnerable communities remain overwhelming compared to the limited resources available. They further emphasize the need to improve healthcare services in densely populated areas such as Kibra, warning that such regions are often hotspots for disease outbreaks.
We gave drugs today, and besides that, and then there were referrals for those who are not able to be taken care of at this health medical camp, who have been referred to health facilities that we work with, and we'll follow up and ensure that they get services.
Serikali naye isisahau wazee. Kuna wale ambao wako wagonjwa na kuna ambao wale wako wanaweza bado wanatembea kidogo, lakini naye hawana nguvu ya kufanya kazi.
And the Office of Director of Public Prosecutions, ODPP, has opposed an attempt to withdraw sodomy and abduction charges against 4 Mombasa County staff. The complainant, Bruce John, had sought to have the case dismissed, but the prosecution maintained that sexual assault cases are a matter of state interest and not private settlement. The ODPP further termed the withdrawal bid as an attempt to conceal the truth and deny justice to the victims. The case is said to be mentioned next month when Magistrate Robert Mbogo delivers his ruling on the application.
Authority to withdraw from the Office of the Director of Public Prosecution, that is the DPP himself. Also, we'd like to make reference to count number 3 and count number 4 of the charge sheet, which are charges of gang rape, which are sexual offenses. We'd also like to make reference to Section 40 of the Sexual Offence Act, which provides that matters of sexual offence are only withdrawn by the DPP. We are also a bit concerned as to why the advocates watching brief, who are appointed by Mombasa Law Society and the Law Society of Kenya, were not even aware that the nominal complainant in this matter, Mr. Bruce, was even going to withdraw his matter, but the counsels of the accused persons were aware. Yet he says that he has just come to court this morning. So we wonder how they are aware, but the rest of the advocates are not aware. Not even us, prosecution, were aware that he wanted to withdraw, but counsels of the accused were aware. Mr. Bruce can write a formal letter to the Director of Public Prosecution in person or to the Regional Coordinator, Coast Region, making his application to withdraw the matter and stating the reasons that he has said before court as to why he would like to withdraw this matter, considering that this is a matter of public interest. Therefore, the members of the public are quite interested to see how it will proceed. Therefore, it cannot be withdrawn haphazardly without the knowledge of the public.
And the Speaker of the Kitui County Assembly, Kelvin Kinengo, is facing mounting pressure from members of the County Assembly who have given him a 5-day ultimatum to resign. The MCS accused the Speaker of corruption, abuse of office and poor leadership, which they claim has paralyzed the Assembly's operation and weakened accountability. Minority Leader Sylvester Munyalo, representing Matinyani Ward, said ward representatives have resolved to begin impeachment proceedings if the Speaker fails to step aside.
Mimi nimeleta motion ya kutoa Kinengo katika ofisi kama Speaker wa Kitui. Sababu sisi hatumdharau madini, lakini tumeona ameshindwa na kazi. Kwa kutoa yeye na msaidia ili ache ile heshima ndogodoko yake amejipatia hapa county ili itoke. Sababu ameshindwa na hii kazi ya office. But the Speaker himself turned himself to be a god of this County Assembly of Kitui. He has violated all the laws, from incompetence, from breaking all the laws, from abuse of the office. He has broken all the laws in this assembly. And the Speaker is doing so deliberately, thinking that is going to be protected by the higher office somewhere. That's what he's talking about. But one thing is, we are acting on our own to protect the Assembly of Kitui and to protect 3 things in this assembly: legislation, oversight, and representation. Kinengo deserves to vacate the office. We have moved the motion to the clerk of the assembly, and Kinengo, as per the laws, we are given him 5 days. Either he can choose to resign. If he fails to resign, we are going to send him off, to send him home. You cannot be having 60 members, and already this motion has been signed by 31 members, and 6 of them have even signed even now, so totaling to 37. It's only 3 members remaining. Be assured that we don't hate.
And a family in Teso South Busia County is crying out for justice after the Malaba court released on bail a suspect accused of brutally assaulting their daughter. The suspect, said to be the victim's former boyfriend, allegedly beat her severely, breaking her arms and leaving her to close to death. Speaking outside the court, the family, led by Justice Saliku and Rason Ejakait, expressed disappointment over the ruling, warning that the suspect may escape across the border into Uganda. They are now calling on Teso South MP Mary Emase, an organization championing women and children's rights, to intervene and ensure that justice is served.
Fractures in my both hands, upper limbs, and also I was oozing blood from both of my ears, and I was feeling a lot of pain in the whole body. So I regret this happening, and I wish the government to assist me get justice that I deserve, because I have 2 kids who demand much attention from me and also myself. This is the second incident that has happened. In 2021 the same happened, but we had a mutual agreement with as families, and we decided to get our way forward. But it has happened the second time, and from the look of things, it's like I was losing my life. From the witnesses, they are saying I collapsed for like 3 hours. That's why I woke up confused, and I was walking like somebody who was mentally ill.
Na kulingana na kesi vile imeamuliwa leo, sisi kama wazazi tunapinga. Kwa sababu mimi ndio nilipokea huyu mtoto mara ya kwanza, ile nilimpata hospitali. akiwa kama mtu mwenye amekuwa lose consciousness, anaongea tu, hakuwa na steady statement. She was not well oriented, amechanganyikiwa tu, mikono miwili yote ilikuwa imevunjwa. Hata sasa hivi tunapoongea hivi tunamulisha, mimi ndio namulisha. Hakuwa na mtoto, hawezi hata kutoa matiti yake mwenyewe amnyonyeshe, kwa sababu all the hands have both fractures, bilateral fractures yote. So mtu kama huyu akisema ati huyu alimuumiza ule ati aenda tibue, na ule ndiye alimuumiza mpaka kumvunja. Sasa akitoka nje tutasaidika namna gani kama wazazi? Nani atasaidia yeye kwa boma kumlisha na kutake care of the child? The child is just 6 months old. Mimi naona kama hii ni dhuluma, gender-based violence.
And that's a story concludes tonight's EBN Weekend Edition. On behalf of our sign language interpreter Laura Omondi, our director Brother David, and on cameraman Brother Michael Dipo, I'm George Kayesi. Thank you for making us part of your evening. And always, as usual, remember your growth may unsettle the wrong people, but it will inspire the right ones. From all of us here at EBN TV, we wish you a peaceful night and a fulfilling weekend. And not forgetting, for EPL lovers, weekend ndio ile siku